AssalamuAlaikum everybody, I hope you're all doing well. My name is Chimi Q and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you're new. So today I'm going to show you guys my in-depth memorization routine. I know I've been saying I was going to make this video for a long time. Alhamdulillah, I finally got around to making this video. And guys, of course I'm starting off with my old faithful Quran. I keep thinking to buy a new Quran, but for some reason I can't part from this one. I'm probably going to make some of this video a talk through, and then some of it like me actually talking, I don't know, like a voiceover. I'll do a voiceover and then I'll do my actual voice now. Okay guys, it's been a long time coming. I'm gonna show you guys my Quran routine in terms of my memorization and how I do my memorization schedule. By the way, the cat food that you see is for my cat Noura. She's sick, so we're like putting the food in this room here so she can, you know, eat it, because she really can't go up and down the stairs. So y'all keep her in your du'as, okay? Alright guys, so getting right into this video, before we start actually, we got a new cat. Her name is Effie, and as cute as she is, she's actually extremely annoying. She's over here trying to catch her tail, as you can see. This girl is super annoying. You're gonna see it throughout the video. She literally would not leave the Quran alone. She wouldn't leave me alone. She really wanted to be in this video. Okay guys, so this is the part of the video where I'm gonna be talking. So as I'm probably sure I said in the voiceover, you have to make sure that your previous memorization is strong, and a main part of making your previous memorization strong is reviewing it as often as you can, and also making it your RMV. RMV standing for recently memorized verses. I think I'll make a video on that separately, inshallah. But just making sure it's strong, because guys, if it's not strong, there's no point in moving on. You're gonna forget it and you're just gonna keep forgetting it, and it's gonna be a lot of time wasted. So yeah guys, just please be sure to have everything else that you memorized in check. So the first thing that I like to do when memorizing is to get my phone. Yes guys, my phone is included in my memorization process, but for good reason. There's an app called iQuran that I absolutely love. So guys, this is the app that I use for my memorization. I've been using it for years now. Alhamdulillah, it's been going very good. And the amazing part about this app is not only is it, you know, a full Quran on your phone, but when you open it up, there's also a lot of different reciters on it. As you can see, the ones that have that play button that's filled in on the side, I downloaded those ones specifically with the reciters that or you know, whatever specific reciter I used for that entire surah. So I did it with Nisa, Ma'idah, An'am, A'raf, Anfal, and Tawbah. Oh, let's see. I did it for Zumar and Sabah, Luqman. Okay, if you're like me guys, you're memorizing in order, but then you get bored of memorizing in order, so you just skip to like random surahs. Honestly, I don't do that no more, but that was definitely what I was doing. But for this video, we're gonna go to Surah Naba. So we're gonna press on Naba, and then we're gonna go to the play button and we're gonna download it. Let's see, they have Shatri, Ghamiri, Sudais, Abdul Basit, okay. Abdul Basit, and you know, Mishari. They have Minshawi. Okay, nice. They have a lot of different reciters that you can choose from. I only choose Shatri because my mom has played Shatri non-stop in my house since I was a kid. So it just was the reciter I stuck to with a lot of the surahs. And I feel like he's easy to follow along. I decided to do Surah Naba for this video because the ayahs are very short. And I like memorizing in this exact frame. Like, how does that make sense? Okay, you see how short it is, the ayah? Like, I like doing that even with longer ayahs or like other surahs. But yeah, let's start. So the first thing I do is hear how Shatri says it. Now Shatri says it like that, but of course you're gonna want to listen to it more than once, which is amazing. Also, this app has the repetition option. They have the ayah repeat here, so once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and then keep playing selected ayah only. I usually do the last option to keep playing the ayah until I get it down, so I'll listen to it as long as I need to listen to it. And then I would repeat it after him, so he says it the same tone I would do it. So I would be like, obviously that's not the same pitch, but y'all, you get what I'm saying, right? Like, I say it the same exact way that Shatri says it, or whatever reciter you're using. Okay guys, please don't mind my cat. She wants to read some Quran as well. Listen, Effie. So let's see, starting from the first ayah. So, عَمَّ يَتَسَاءَلُونَ. That's my best way of doing it like him, right? So you're gonna want to repeat that the same exact way that Shatri does it, or whatever reciter you're using. By the way, I'm using my makeup brush as a pointer. I feel like it looks more teacherish, like, you know, when I do that. However many times you need to pick up the tune of the reciter you're using, and then you're gonna want to repeat it to yourself as well while looking in the Quran, right? To just make sure you have all the tajweed rules and just everything in general correct. Oh my god, subhanallah. Guys, Effie, stop. God, you're so annoying. This ayah is actually broken down perfectly. Guys, I'm sorry, this cat, the more I move her, the more she comes back, so I'm just leaving her. Let's just try one more time. Amma yatasa'alun. Oh my god. As I said before, guys, this is why people don't like you. As I said before, guys, I wanted to use Naba because it's the perfect breakdown in terms of how short the ayahs are, and that is how short I would memorize certain passages within one ayah anyways. Like, let's say when I'm memorizing, let's just flip to a random surah. Okay, Surah At-Tawbah, right? There's longer ayahs in this surah. Okay, let's do this one. اشتروا بآيات الله ثمنا قليلا فصدوا عن سبيله إنهم ساء ما كانوا يعملون. Okay, so this ayah, for example, you see the length of this ayah, and then the ones in Naba, probably like, it could probably fit 3 or 4 ayahs from within Naba. So I would break it down from the same parts, or from the same length. I would break this ayah down to اشتروا بآيات الله اشتروا بآيات الله. You see, so I stopped around the same part that all the ayahs are already stopping in, just not just Surah Naba, right? So عَمَّ يَتَسَاءَلُونَ. There might be I might not pronounce certain parts as long as I need to, but inshallah I could make an actual tajweed video from what I know, inshallah. عَمَّ يَتَسَاءَلُونَ. I repeat that 10 times, guys. Yes, 10 times, you heard me correctly. عَمَّ يَتَسَاءَلُونَ. I say that 10 times while looking. By the way, guys, 10 times is just the golden number. If you need to do more times, you should do more times. Don't do 10 times just because I said it. I wouldn't recommend going under, because if this is new memorization, you want to say it and repeat it to yourself as much as possible. 10 times I feel is the minimum, even for short ayahs like this. So عَمَّ يَتَسَاءَلُونَ, you see that 10 times while looking, because you want to make sure you're getting everything correctly. You just don't want to go based off of the tune of the reciter. And then you're going to say عَمَّ يَتَسَاءَلُونَ. You're going to do the same thing without looking. So that's also 10 times. And guys, 10 times I'm saying that, but it's minimum. Ideally, it should honestly be more, but I just go with 10 times. After that, I move on to the next ayah, and I go back to my handy dandy phone, and then I select the next ayah. So عن النبأ العظيم عن النبأ العظيم. You say that 10 times looking, 10 times without looking, and then what you're gonna do, start from the beginning. عما يتساءلون عن النبأ العظيم. You say that entire part that you memorized 10 times, okay? Now you say it looking 10 times, and then you also say it without looking 10 times. So altogether, you're going to be repeating things a lot. You're trying to get this like drilled inside of your head, guys. And inshallah, you know, the more you repeat it, the more it sticks in your head, right? It becomes easier when you go back to it. So we're gonna do the same thing up until we reach however far we need to get. So let's just say, you know, we're finishing this line, okay? الذي هم فيه مختلفون. And remember, it's on repeat, so you can repeat it. So repeat it as much as you need to. الذي هم فيه مختلفون. After you say that 10 times looking, 10 times not looking, and then 10 times from the top, all together, looking, and then 10 times without looking. Guys, listen, I know this is a lot, but if you press this video, I'm assuming you want to memorize and you don't care how much it takes, and you're gonna do it. There's no shortcut with the Quran, guys, and that's honestly so, Islam is so beautiful, the fact that you really can't finesse your time with the Quran. You either put the time in or you don't, especially when you get older. Maybe, you know, when you're younger you can memorize, yeah, but even when it comes to retaining, like, you have to give it its due time. The Quran demands time from you. It's not a book you can simply say I'm gonna memorize and then leave it. If you leave it, it's gonna leave your memory. Inshallah, we don't want that, right? So we're going to put whatever time we need to down to memorizing, so inshallah it sticks with us, and then it's, you know, something that we can constantly repeat as well throughout our review, inshallah. So عما يتساءلون عن النبأ العظيم الذي هم فيه مختلفون. Say that, and then of course you're going to say it without looking. Now in terms of the length of the your memorization, that all boils down to everybody, but the main thing I will say is that you need to be consistent. Guys, this cat is honestly annoying me. I know she looks so cute and innocent. She's not. Nobody likes to play with this girl. Like, Noura doesn't even like her. Look at this girl's face. I try to tell her, honestly, the way you act, people are not going to want to be around you. If you keep acting the way you act, I try to tell her, she doesn't listen. She don't know when to stop. God, I mean, that's what you see here. I'm going to cut her out. Like, Effie, we like you, but dang. You have to honestly respect people's space. God. Anyways. Honestly, when it comes down to memorization and how much you memorize, it all comes down to your own personal capabilities and what you feel you're capable of doing. Now, you can say you're going to memorize 3-4 pages a day. That sounds good, but are you really going to do that consistently? You have to ask yourself those questions. Are you going to be consistent with it? Is that something you could do today and then you're not going to be able to keep it up? A lot of Quran is maintenance, guys. It's not just memorizing, and I'm saying this to myself first. A lot of the time when we memorize, we need to be consistent with how much we're memorizing. The reason why we need to be so consistent is that we're not forgetting it, and also we're not, you know, gaining. And I'm gonna give you timeout. You want timeout? So the amount that you memorize, it depends on you. Some people memorize a line a day. Some people memorize, I think in hifz school, like my sister's hifz school, she told me years ago, like some of them were memorizing 2-3 pages a day. And I also, like, I actually used to memorize 2-3 pages a day, guys, like a couple years ago, and alhamdulillah, it was going well for me. But the thing is, I wasn't consistent. So yeah, people could memorize that much. People do 2 pages, 1 page, half a page, a quarter of a page. Some people just do a line. Some people just do an ayah. Honestly, there's no right or wrong answer. It all depends on what you feel that you will be consistent in doing, right? If you can say that, you know what, I'm going to memorize an ayah a day and I'm going to be consistent and memorize it every single day, that is a lot better than saying you're going to memorize a page or 2 pages and then you don't even come back to the Quran until like another couple days because you just didn't have the motivation. If you're consistent, then it doesn't matter the amount or the length of, you know, an ayah or, you know, a page that you do. Consistency is what's going to keep you going, guys. So just do whatever it is that you can do. And I also at the same time would say to not try to maybe memorize less than what you know you're capable of doing, simply because you just, I don't know, because you're like, oh, I don't want to do it. I feel like if you're capable of doing something, just try to make it a priority to be consistent, inshallah. As for what I do around a page every single day, and that's not including the weekends. I know I said I used to do 2 to 3 pages. That was a couple years ago, guys, and I wouldn't do that again simply because I don't have the time. Like, I'm just being realistic with myself. I don't have the time to do that. I'm a lot more busy than I was 2-3 years ago. And also, if I want to be consistent, as I wasn't being consistent before. If I want to be consistent now, 1 page is more than enough for me, alhamdulillah. But yes, I do 1 page every single day, ideally, of memorization. And guys, when I'm telling you about consistency, that's a lesson for myself first. Inshallah, you know, I'm able to become more and more consistent as time goes on. For me, I have these moments where I'm extremely consistent. I'm so motivated, and then there's days where it's like, I'll do my review today, I won't memorize. So that is what I do for my memorization, guys. By the way, if you have any tips for your memorization and what you do, please let me know in the comment section below. I definitely have a lot more of the Quran to memorize before completing, inshallah. So anything that will be helpful, anything that will help me, you know, retain my memorization and, you know, have a really healthy, strong review, please let me know, inshallah. I'd love to hear what you guys are doing as well. And I hope you guys benefited from what I do, guys. Consistency is key. If you're consistent with things, then they will always pay off. And honestly, the Quran is the main example for that. The Quran is not for somebody who won't, like, I mean, the Quran is for everybody, right? But I'm saying, if you want to be serious with memorizing, it's not, the Quran demands your time. It's not a book you can just pick up and be like, yeah, I'm gonna read, okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, and then you just put it down and then you pick it up, what, 5 days later and do the same thing. The Quran wants your time. You gotta give it the time. Jimmy Q, you're talking to yourself. Yes, I know, I'm talking to myself. You need to give the Quran its time. SubhanAllah, guys, I'll be so honest with you. When I do my Quran consistently and I memorize every single day, and I not even just memorizing, but whenever I have a relationship with the Quran and I pick it up and I read from it, my day goes by so much better. And even in terms of the things that I do, like I feel like there's more barakah in the things that I do when I stay away from things I don't need to be doing. Like music, for example. Hadi al-Quran yunadina. Anyways, guys, I plan on talking to you guys more about Quran. I want to make this an actual series, and be consistent. I'm just gonna stop saying that. Listen, inshallah, you just see my videos every week. If you like this video, then that's good. I'm glad that you like it. And take care. I'll talk to you later. AssalamuAlaikum. Okay guys, just as a side note, we're gonna summarize this video. I actually completely forgot to talk about intentions. That is such an important part before memorizing Quran or even reviewing, just clarifying your intentions and starting off on the best slate possible. And as we discussed in the video, you want to make sure that your review is strong. It won't be the best way to utilize our time if we're memorizing constantly, but we're not reviewing it. Take it from me, guys. I went through that entire phase of memorizing and memorizing and memorizing a few juz, and I ended up having to, memorize the entire thing again a couple years later. After that, make sure you're listening to a really good reciter. I listened to Shatri for a few things. As I've gotten older, though, I've expanded my, playlist of reciters. Like, I listen to Okasha now. I love Okasha. I love Abdul Basit. Other people, I definitely include other reciters, but I would recommend doing someone or sticking to one reciter in the beginning because it's easy to follow along their tune. And moving on, repeat every single portion or every full verse 10 times minimum while looking. Guys, honestly, that number should be higher, but let's just say 10 times. 10 times minimum while looking, and then repeat that same thing 10 times minimum without looking. And then right after that, you start from the beginning of wherever you were memorizing, and then all the way to the end, you do that entire passage 10 times looking and then 10 times without looking. Ideally, or 10 times is the minimum, as I like to say. And inshallah, guys, you guys will have a very strong memorization. And throwing in a tip for you guys, if you're able to, try to record yourself while memorizing before moving on. So let's say you catch whatever mistake that you have. Ideally, you should also have someone to listen to your new memorization. But if you don't have that, a lot of us don't. I know a lot of the time it's not easy for me to just have someone listen to my memorization. I use my phone and I record myself and I listen to my mistakes and then I correct it. So guys, I hope these tips really did help you guys out and you're able to benefit from them. Inshallah, I plan on making a new video on Quran. Specifically, I think the next one will be about my review schedule. So stay tuned for that and thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum.